Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk, back with another video today. And today we're going to be talking about, again, that huge trade, three-team trade that happened today between the Lakers, Timberwolves, and Jazz. Funny thing is, the Timberwolves and Jazz played today. I mean, man. And the Timberwolves kicked their ass, too. But I'm going to be talking about who won this trade. Going to go over more. I just talked about the details of the trade, and when I've talked about the video, talked about what I thought, the presence would be for some of these teams. But I'm going to analyze, this trade way more in this video. Full more details, because we know some more details now than we knew back then. I'm going to be talking about what I think will be for some of these, other way more details that I covered in my other video about this trade. So let's go over the full trade once again. Minnesota receives Mike Conley, and we didn't know this when I made the video. They also received Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a guard on Utah Jazz, who's a guard/forward who is averaging 6 points per game. Also receive a 2025 second-round pick. The Jazz receive Russell Westbrook, who's averaging 17 points per game. Two other players from the Lakers, Damian Jones, who's averaging 3 points per game. He's barely been playing any minutes. I doubt if he might stay as a Jazz just because they have the roster space after trading three players out and having three players coming in. And then JTA, Juan Toscanos Anderson. I like it. I mean, I thought, Juan's a great player. He played a great role in Golden State. I think that if he gets some minutes in Utah, I think he definitely can have a decent role. So in that case, and then also they receive a 2027 first-round pick that is top 4 protected from the Lakers. The Lakers receive D'Angelo Russell, who's averaging 17 points per game, Malik Beasley, who's also averaging 17 points per game, and Jared Vanderbilt, who's averaging 9 points per game and 8 rebounds per game. So yeah, in that case, who wins the trade? Who loses the trade? So this is, oh man, put me in a tough spot here, but I got the Lakers winning this trade. I think if they're able to get in the play-in or the playoffs, either one, if they're in the playoff seeds, because technically they're not too far back, they can technically get to the 6th seed. But if they end up, one of the play-in spots, or if they're end up the 6 or 5 seed, because it is possible, that's how close the West is. I think if they're in, I'm sorry, but they're a championship contender. It's facts, because I think any team with LeBron James that's in the playoffs, you have to always, give them a chance. I mean, look at that Cavaliers team in 17-18 that, LeBron was playing such great basketball in 17-18, but and besides Kevin Love, his team around him sucked, but because of how good LeBron played, the Cavs were able to make it to the finals. But now, it's not like LeBron has a bad team around him, because here are some of the guys LeBron has around him. Superstar Anthony Davis, okay? Rui Hachimura, who's been playing great ball with the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell now, who's an all-star and is a good shot creator, good at everything, great player. Malik Beasley, who's having a tremendous season with the Jazz. Jared Vanderbilt, a great defensive player, which the Lakers needed to get better on defense. That's what you add in with Jared Vanderbilt. And Hachimura is great at defense as well. Dennis Schroeder has been playing great basketball for the Lakers. Thomas Bryant's been playing good basketball for the Lakers. Austin Reeves has been a good shooter. I mean, if this team gets in the play-in or the playoffs, I think they have a shot to win the championship. 7 seed or 6 seed or 8 seed, I think they have a shot to win the championship, just of how stacked their team is. And here's the matter of the fact, is they could still make more trades. They still have the 2029 first-round pick. They still have Beverly, who does draw some trade interest. They still have Lonnie Walker, who some teams are interested in. They still have 3 trade assets. They can make one more trade. Technically, they can make one more trade. But, yeah, man, I love this for the Lakers. But I also love this for the Timberwolves as well, because I love the addition of Mike Conley. I really do. I think it's going to be huge for them. I mean, think about this, guys. I just didn't like D'Angelo Russell in Minnesota. I think Rudy Gobert's change of play is going to change massively. Massively. Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert worked tremendous in Utah. I think that's a little bit of what I really do. I think that's a little bit of what the what Rudy Gobert was missing this season. And I think that's probably why the Timberwolves did this trade, is because they knew Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert would be tremendous together. I think Mike Conley makes Gobert better, and not only do I think he makes Gobert better, but I think he makes Ant Edwards better, because he's a guy who's, he'll score a little bit, he'll score for you some, but he's going to make the players around him better. He's a great player. He's a good passer. He's a good playmaker. I think he'll be great for the Jazz. I think he'll have Gobert playing great basketball. I think he'll put Ant in great positions. Eventually, when Karl-Anthony Towns potentially returns, I think he'll be great for them. And I think the Timberwolves, if they can make the plan, they could be scary with Conley, Gobert, Ant, and potentially Cat. But that's really it for them. I also like Alexander Walker. I thought the Wolves needed to add a little bit to their bench depth, so I kind of like that addition right there. And then I know it's just a second round pick, but I also really love the second round pick because, look at all those picks that the Timberwolves gave up for Gobert. So just to see a pick get added to their list of draft picks, whether it's I don't care, and I know there's no third round picks, but I don't care if it was a third round pick, which doesn't even exist. I think that would have been amazing, because the limited amount of draft picks that this team has after trading for Rudy Gobert is crazy. And I think, even a second round pick is good for them to add in. Obviously, you ain't going to get much for a second round pick, which we've seen some good players traded for with a second round pick before. But I do think that just adding in a draft pick is good for the Timberwolves. Now to the Jazz. I think they're the loser of this trade. I like the first round pick. I really do. And by 2027, that could be a really good pick. I just don't know about Russell Westbrook. I don't know what's going to happen with him. People saying he's going to be bought out. I don't think that's the move. And I know Russell Westbrook's been horrible this season. It actually hasn't been that bad, because he's been pretty good off the bench this season. But in just my opinion, and also if he stays at Utah Jazz, it kind of ruins his chances of winning the Sixth Man Award. But I just don't see the point of trading Mike Conley, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt for just a first-round pick. And I know they received Damian Jones and one to Wisconsin Anderson, but that's basically just trading three players away for a first-round pick. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Russ makes Jordan Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen better. He's a great passer. If he can control his shots, I think Westbrook could be all right. But we'll have to wait and see if he gets bought out. Teams that would be interested if he gets bought out are the LA Clippers, the Miami Heat, and the Chicago Bulls. So actually, I don't know. I think he could. I think if he were to be bought out, I think the team he'd be most interested. I think it would come down between the Bulls and the Clippers. But I like the Bulls, because him coming in with Zach LaVine and DeRozan would be nice. But I think we just have to see if he gets bought out. I think it'll be a very interesting thing to see. But you guys let me know your thoughts on the trade. Let me know who you thought won the trade. That's really it. And I think that overall, I think who won the trade was the Lakers, but I think Minnesota did a good job. But I think who lost this trade has to be the Jazz. Potentially by the future, the Jazz could have won this trade, just depending on what that first round pick is. But for now, I'm going to have to go with the Lakers and the Timberwolves, kind of getting. We'll give it a half win, but mainly the Lakers won this trade. But I like it for Minnesota as well with Mike Conley to play with them. And I also like Nickeil off the bench for the Timberwolves as well. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the trade and who won it. And that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.